real quick, so just to kind of set the stage, I love these product showcases we've been doing with for specific partners. We try to keep it loose, more of like a podcast style approach. Goal here is just to present the partnership, what may be happening at your agency, the solution, and kind of run through a really quick demo, but we're not going to dive too deep in the weeds today. But definitely recommend schedule a call with Certificate Heroes, schedule a call with our team here at GloveBox, and we're happy to dive deep in the weeds with you. But otherwise, we like to keep this loose. So, are we ready to get kicked off? Everybody good? Let's go. Again, I mentioned this when we first got on. I've been a huge fan of Certificate Hero for quite a long time. I felt the pain of certificates, and the stuff that they are building and have built within their platform is next level. So if you are in any way struggling with certificates, they are the outlet, and I would definitely recommend you get with them. So on this product showcase, we're going to talk about the AI certificate strategy and increasing commercial agency margins by 30% without hiring, which seems pretty exciting to me. So I don't know, Nick, you like hiring people though. You like going through the interview process, making people sweat. Like you're good at it.
Yeah, recruiting, trying to find people. That's what I wake up for, you know.
What's your favorite interview question? Do you have a go-to?
Yeah, absolutely. I think my favorite interview question is what is your favorite color? I think you can learn a lot about that.
Oh, wow. So there's a wrong answer to that.
There is, absolutely. If it's not burnt orange, you know exactly who you're dealing with.
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. All right, cool. Let's review the overview of the agenda today. Again, got to keep it very specific. So first things first, we're going to talk about winning agencies are fighting the urge of the status quo. Brad, you kind of talked about the status quo. You've been in this business 30 years. What do you see there?
Yeah, status quo is the culprit of this industry. Letting the competitors fly by you, letting technology slide through your fingertips. Status quo is it's a beast right now, and it's just all over this industry.
Yep. Yeah, 100% agree. Second thing, are 80% of your commercial customers at risk of leaving your agency? We hope not, but if so, we can help. And we're going to talk about that, which will lead into our next kind of topic here, the two-step process to an amazing commercial client experience in 2026, right? And it's really interesting. Commercial agencies sometimes tend to feel like they're immune to a client experience. Like, oh, my clients don't operate that way, especially in the middle market and large commercial. They're like, oh, they don't expect that. They don't need that. They're going to call me. They're going to call me and we're going to talk about it. And really that's a fallacy that we're gonna kind of dive into. So, um, next, certificates plus client experience. That's the winning formula. And obviously that's why we're here today. So we're going to unpack that a little bit. Going to do a real quick live demo of GloveBox and Cert Hero in action, get into the nuts and bolts. And then lastly, why now is the time to act with GloveBox and Certificate Hero? So why is now the time? One of my favorite questions that agencies really should be asking themselves, why now, right? And I think it comes back to our first topic here, which we lead into, the status quo. This is anybody that's been on our prior product showcases. This is our favorite guy here. This is our status quo agency owner. Everybody's been on a demo with this guy. Brad, have you been on a demo with this guy?
Oh yeah, he's very familiar.
He does the lean in and then the sit back like this. Nick, have you met this guy before?
Once or twice, once or twice. I
Wow.
I may, to be honest, I may have been this guy at some point.
You should be this guy for Halloween. You should be status quo agency owner, and this could be you. So I like this. The status quo is killing growth in commercial agencies, and this is what it looks like. First things first, and we kind of alluded to it in the beginning, hiring more people, staying squarely on the people hiring Ferris wheel, viewing this as a necessary cost of doing business to growth, right? If I want to grow by 22% this year, I got to hire five more people to handle servicing and certificates and things like that, right? That's kind of the status quo mentality. Got to hire more people to grow. Got to spend 50% of my revenue on human capital, is what it is, cost of doing business. Second thing here, relying solely on legacy technology, right? Defaulting to the core legacy systems to help us solve all the workflows in our agency, right? We've got a system. They must be the best at everything. So we're just going to use that one system and hopefully it goes well, right? I think we can maybe sidestep the master of all trades conversation, but it's very difficult to be the master of everything, right? But it's really a status quo mentality to say, hey, we have one system, it does everything that we need all across the agency, and that's what we're going to stick with. Lastly, have agents do service work. If you guys know me, this is my biggest pet peeve in insurance is having your agents do service work. Activating agents to pitch in on overflow service work to help bridge the gap in servicing customers is one of the worst mistakes you can make at an agency if you're looking to grow. I don't know, Nick, you were an agent. Are you good at service work? I was terrible at service work.
No, I dreaded service work because it meant I wasn't selling.
Yeah, Brad, what about you? Do you love service work? I don't know if
Oh,
you ever sold, but
no, yeah, I mean that's it, from a sales standpoint, it's the biggest thing that inhibits me, but also as well as in the industry, when you think about a producer, he's only going to get to a certain point before his growth is going to stagnate due to the service work that's acquired to us. It's a killer.
yep, yep. And you're really double paying for service at that point because not only are you going to have to compensate your agents for doing service work, you're also sacrificing the revenue that they should be hunting for because now they're taking their time to service customers and push paper and deliver certificates and take questions and take billing and payments and ID cards and all this stuff. So again, my biggest faux pas. But these are the three things that are really killing growth in commercial agencies. This is the status quo. Did I miss anything? Can you guys think of anything else?
I think that nails it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about what smart agencies do in 2026, right? What does it mean? Kind of the inverse of this, the opposite of the status quo, the hero, right, in the story. First things first, smart agencies in 2026, they scale people, technology, and process together, right? I think the biggest mistake that I'm seeing right now in technology is you're at pen and paper, but you're trying to implement a bunch of AI tools and you're trying to get your team to leapfrog 10 steps ahead and just throw a bunch of AI tools into the mix and hopefully it works, right? There's a specific process that needs to come in place when you scale these types of things. It needs to come together with the people, tech, and the process all in one, right? What that does is it helps you expand the bandwidth of your current team without expanding the hiring expense, which is the goal, right? Increase bandwidth, increase productivity, get more output. Number two, look outside the box for better technology. That is not a glove box, by the way. You're just looking outside the box. But you could look at GloveBox, right? We do recommend that. Look outside the box for better technology. Investing in technology tools and solutions outside of the core that specialize in different facets of optimizing the agency, right? Cert Hero is a specialist in certificates. It's what they do all day, right? Do you guys do anything else but certificates?
No, it's as my grandfather would say, we're a one trick pony. We do it and we do it very well.
Yep. It's the Gary Keller mentality. If you haven't read The One Thing, I talk about it
Yep.
all the time. Do one thing and do it really well, right? Certificate Hero does certificates. It's what they're good at. Glovebox, we do client portals and mobile apps. We are not an AMS. We don't want to play in the AMS space. Thank God. We're going to let the AMS specialists specialize in that. So again, looking for tools that really specialize in these specific verticals is going to help you when you look to scale people, technology, and process together. And then the third thing here is successful and smart agencies in 2026, they stay disciplined with agent resources. They understand that revenue growth is powered by enabling agents to hunt and close new business, right? Separation of church and state. Let your agents sell and hunt. Let your service team be good at maintaining customers and increasing revenue, right? And really honing in on those skill sets. And again, optimizing those people with very specialized technology, which is what we're going to talk about today. So, smart agencies in 2026. Did I miss anything, guys?
No, I think that's
Nope.
I think you're hitting it on the head.
Love it. All right, let's jump into your 80% of policyholders that might be at risk. There's an interesting stat from Fusion, which is the power of human connect, apparently. They said 80% of insurance consumers will switch if digital interfaces aren't user friendly. Brad, have you had an experience with a bad digital experience lately?
Personally, no. I've worked with, but I'm working with a lot of agencies who are saying, look, the digital experience has got to be efficient and easy for adoption rate, and I couldn't agree with them more.
Yeah. What about you, Nick? What have you done lately? I know you bank with somebody that's got a digital experience. How'd that
I
go?
I bank with Chase, and I'm glad that I don't have to step into their a Chase branch every time I want to get something done. So
It is nice, right?
yeah, that is nice. That's convenient, and I like Chase more because of that.
Nice. See, there you go. Let me show you what happens now, right? I went and grabbed the first agency website. I don't know Blue Sky Risk Management, caveat. But this is the first agency I clicked on in our HubSpot. And this is rampant throughout our space. I know Nick and Sean from our team do some sessions on just reviewing agency websites and talking about why we have the problems we have. I would say for this agency and other agencies that have a similar setup on their website, your 80% of commercial customers are at risk. If I come to this website and I'm looking to handle things, where's the first place that you would click? Brad, where would you click?
Yeah, right now I'm looking all over the screen. I want to find out. I want to find something about this group.
Yeah. Well, you're a current customer. So it looks like they do personal and commercial, maybe for Lamborghinis, which is exciting.
I'd probably click on policyholder if I want to get something done.
Well, let's give that a click, man. See where we go. Okay, so
There
this
you go.
apparently goes to the applied community portal, which is actually the agency portal for learning how to use applied. So
Oops.
I'm not sure the customer is going to have a lot of success here. Am I wrong?
Nope. I'm not sure a lot
That
of
might be
agents will
kind of
either.
frustrating. All right, well, maybe I need to submit a claim. How's this going to go? Oh, I have this beautiful form right here to report a claim. Where's this going to go? I don't know. I have no idea. Is this going to the carrier? Is it going to the agency? I'm not too sure. Let me go down here. Oh, policyholder resources. Maybe I'll click that. Oh, that doesn't click to anything. It's a dead link. It is a dead link. Policy change request, also a dead link. Now, if we looked at this overall, how am I feeling as a policyholder right now?
Not great.
Not
And
great.
this
Yes,
is this is
lost.
this is everybody's website, to be honest. This is most
And
websites.
this is rampant across the space. So everybody that's watching this, I absolutely recommend looking at your website as a policyholder and seeing are the same frustrations on your website. Because this is what puts the 80% at risk, right? I don't even see anything for certificates, which is a letdown. If I'm an agency and I specialize in commercial, I want to make certs as easy as possible. Brad, am I wrong?
No, absolutely.
Yeah. So again, think commercial insurance is immune. That's a kind of a pretty common thing when we talk to agencies. They're like, this makes a lot of sense for personal lines. I just don't know if commercial, if they want to do anything digitally. You know, right? They really value the agent broker relationship, right? It's really interesting when you start ripping this open. McKinsey and Company says commercial buyers increasingly value online interfaces that let them self-serve instead of living in email threads and phone tag. Seems like with agencies that have a website like that, I might be living in email threads and phone tag. Just,
Yeah.
just my guess. That expectation is pulling carriers, MGAs, and brokers to invest in portals for better. Where is my thing visibility? Where's my stuff? What did I buy? How do I get the things that I need fast? Right? Nick, does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Nice. Deloitte said commercial brokers aren't only competing on price and coverage, right? Because every agency you talk to, they say, we're not going to be the cheapest, we're not competing on price, and we value coverage, right? So that's really no longer your market differentiator. Because if you're saying it and 10 more agencies down the street are saying it, your clients are going to become immune to that. That's not something that gets them out of bed. They're competing with the best service experience buyers can get anywhere else. That's the market differentiator, is how can we differentiate on the service experience and not just saying, hey, we answer the phone, right? We answer the phone when you call, or we'll return your email within 24 hours. right? That's not a service differentiator. So really looking at how we can expand. Digital first doesn't mean digital only. And I think this is a big thing for people to resonate with. It's not one or the other, especially when you look at middle market and large commercial. The trend is self-service for routine moments plus the human support for the nuance. How do you guys feel about that?
I agree. On the Super Bowl, and you've seen people make comments about this. State Farm released a commercial and a media campaign attacking the independent agent, mocking them and making fun of them, and showing how what we see every single day with agencies that, you know, frankly, prove them right, to be honest with you, in a lot of regards. And they say things like, well, the customer says, "Did they even have a mobile app? If I need to make a claim, can I even do it?" And that's what their market research says that the market wants. And so we can fight it all day long, or we can continue to play
Yeah,
into a stereotype.
yeah. It was kind of funny when he goes, I got a quote for you. There's on camera. That was great.
Yeah.
Gotta laugh at it. Kind of funny. All right, cool. Moving ahead. The solution is a better client experience. And let's look at this. So this is the two-step process, and we're going to show you what this looks like. So on the left here, we've got the seamless, intelligent client-facing technology, right? It has to be good. It has to be intuitive. It has to deliver the customer what they need when they need it. The client portal is the focal point of the website. So as opposed to the website that we looked at, I want to show you an example of a GloveBox customer, Fend Insurance. You can kind of see their modern website. What's their main call to action?
Client login.
Clients, the client login. Where does the client login actually go? To their client portal, where the client can easily log in. They just enter their phone number or email, they get a 6-digit PIN, and now they're inside of the experience, right? Makes it very simple. Their website isn't littered with everything else. Pay a bill and start a claim and find your carrier and submit this form and go here, call this or text that, right? Like it's very, very specific to client login. Or if you scroll down, huge shout out for their mobile apps, right? Again, all white labeled to them, very simple, very easy. It drives their client into the experience. This would be an expectation of a customer, especially on the commercial side that's spending an amount of money with the agency. Brad, am I wrong?
No, absolutely correct on this one.
Yeah. Again, client portal is the focal point of the website, as we saw with Fen, guiding clients into self-service and directional workflows that makes their interactions fast and simple. The branded mobile app on their phone, because what agency doesn't want to be living on their client's most used device? They're on it all day long. I want my logo front and center. You're thinking insurance, you're thinking of me, right? That's retention. Your agency living on that most used device. And then your agency's hub for all workflows, right? Everything from bill pay to delivering documents to ID cards, policy changes, certificate management, which is why we're here, FNOL, shopping for more insurance, right? All of those things guided within your client experience. So it's easy, it's simple, it's fast, which is what clients want. Now, on the other side, the step two is the amazingly simple AI-driven certificates, right? Self-created certificates, allowing clients to create their own certs from the pre-built templates you offer them, right? Allowing your team to create these templates, allow the customer to be able to self-serve from there when they can, right? Second one, AI certificate creation. When a certificate request is received, so the client doesn't create it on their own, they request it. Leveraging AI compliance guardrails to ensure policy and contractual requirements to fulfill that certificate and send it back to the customer. What a beautiful thing. And Brad's going to talk a little bit more about this in a second, which I'm excited about. So again, self-created for the client. They request it that way, having the AI be able to create these and deliver them, giving the customer full certificate management for both their own certs and their subcontractor certs. We all know how much of a nightmare it is when it comes to audit time and the agency, or sorry, the client is scrambling around trying to collect subcontractor certs. So, and Brad, I'm sure you talk about this every single day.
Every day.
Yep. And Nick, you used to deal with that at audit time. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, you have to chase a lot of stuff around. The customer has to chase stuff around, and it makes the customer wonder why they're with the agency in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, and it makes audits super stressful. It's like going to the dentist, man. It's the worst. Uh, and automated certificate renewals, right? Renewal time is stressful for agencies in general. Why make the certificate piece of it even more stressful? So how do we make that a lot more automated and a lot easier when it comes to renewal time? So again, two-step process, getting your client-facing technology in a place that is expected by your customers, and then looking at how can we enhance our certificate experience. Now, how does all this come together? Right. And that's why we're here today. It's GloveBox plus Certificate Hero, right? How do these two systems work together to give your clients a really holistic experience that they would expect? So, to kind of give you an example of how this works, right? When I log into the client portal side of the house with GloveBox, right? So, client logs in, they have everything they need here. I hop over to something we call Policy Assist, and on the business side, I'm going to see certificate, right? This is going to pop me right over to my Cert Hero experience. My creds are already saved. I click login, and now I'm in my full certificate experience with Cert Hero. Brad, I'm going to hand it off to you, man. Give us the highlights of what we're looking at here from a policyholder standpoint.
Yeah, from a policyholder standpoint, and the portal, this part of the GloveBox connection with Certificate Hero is really pretty cool because what it does is it meets the demands of the marketplace as it results in certificate issuance. Certificate Hero was created 5 years ago, Ryan, to address a problem that's been going on literally for 36 years in this industry. Most people don't realize that the term templates and masters were created as a workaround literally 30 something years ago. And no one has really jumped in to tackle the process of certificate issuance. And so when we developed this application 5 years ago, it was with the idea that we were going to take accuracy and efficiency, combine them together, and streamline the process of issuing certificates. It's a full-blown certificate issuance management system.
Yep.
Today, in this marketplace in which we're in, everybody has a problem with certificates. Sometimes it's the type of account, your book of business you're writing. Sometimes it's just one specific account that causes a problem for you guys when it comes to just simply being able to issue the certificate. When we developed the application 5 years ago, and I'm almost apologetic today to say AI, AI, AI. The whole world is talking about AI. We developed our AI algorithms 5 years ago to do contract analysis, and we can talk a little bit about contract analysis. We can upload a contract. Our software reads, Certificate Hero reads that contract, parses it for you, and compares what's required in that contract with what the insured currently has enforced in their agency management system, which is why it's critical to have an integration with agency management systems. We took the same AI algorithms and created a feature called automated quick issue. Ryan alluded to this a little while ago. Automated quick issue takes the same concept today that most agencies work with, and that is 90 to 100% of all certificate requests come in via an email request. We took the same AI algorithms, built out automated quick issue, so we capture that inbound certificate request and actually issue a certificate from that inbound email request with zero human in the loop. One of the coolest things that I've experienced in my career in this industry. First thing is, well, I've got to look at every certificate that I issue. Why? If your data's correct, you're the one that set up the master. Why do I have to review every one that goes out?
Brad, I think you made a good point. I think you talked about the mistakes that can be made when issuing certificates manually just from typos, right?
Yeah,
Or
there
looking at,
was a
yeah.
recent report, Ryan, that came out from one of the state associations that basically said that 21% of all certs resulted in a $42,000 loss. And that out of that number, 68% of those E&O related certificate issues are related to simple mistakes.
Yep. Yep. And
So
when you're
the
issuing a high
guardrails are,
volume of certs, yeah, it's easy to make mistakes.
yeah,
It is.
absolutely. Absolutely. So the guardrails that we build into Certificate Hero, I think, are probably one of the biggest features that we have when it comes to issuing certificates, and especially tied to the E&O liability that goes out with cert.
Yeah. If you were to summarize what just holistically what you guys have seen from your customers as far as time saved, inbound requests that are not hitting obviously the staff's desk, things that can be more automated, like what does that look like? Paint the picture.
Yeah, I tell you, we had a study done about 2 years ago comparing agency management systems in conjunction with Certificate Hero. Now, we surprised everybody, even the consulting groups that we hired. We surprised ourselves in the amount of time savings that were taking place. What we're finding out is the time savings is much greater than having a study done against it because it's real world every day.
Yep.
We just recently had an account that issued 6,200 certificates at a renewal time. It took them, using an agency management system alone, it took them 2.5 days to issue 6,200 certificates. We replicated the same process in Certificate Hero, and we issued 6,200 certificates in 9 minutes and 11 seconds.
That seems better, Brad. Is that better?
You would
That's
th-
better.
you would think the lights would you would think the light would go off.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of questions that are associated with what I'm talking about
Yep.
right now, and there's going to be because we're tackling a subject here, certificate issuance, that's complicated,
Mhm.
and we're simplifying it. So it's a great tool. Our customers love the benefits that they're picking up from it as well.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And kind of moving into the outcome, right? What do we get when we put these two keys together? Again, the really intuitive client portal experience, the mobile app experience, and then you've got Certificate Hero really dominating the certificate piece within this process. You get three things, and Brad, you alluded to it, that you dramatically reduce service burden on your team, right? And like we talked about, scale technology, people, and process. This is how we do it without having to hire more people. So unlocking that bandwidth within your existing team while alleviating the need to stay on the hiring hamster wheel. Although Nick loves hiring people. Again, he loves the interview process. So,
My favorite.
if you want to be like Nick, don't do this. Don't do this. All right. Second, be a true market differentiator. Empowering your new and existing customers with an industry-leading ease of doing business with your agency. These are the things that you talk about with your clients that make you different from the agency down the street who says, hey, call us anytime. We have great service. We offer good coverage and we work well with our underwriters. Everybody says that, right? What are your differentiators and how can you present it to your current customers and how can you win new business leveraging this experience? Because I guarantee you it makes a difference. And then the last one is revenue, right? We're all here to make revenue. I have yet to meet an agency that was a full charity. I know they're there to make money. So making revenue by locking in your existing customer base while helping you win new accounts from agencies that are stuck in the status quo, right? This is the time to break out from the status quo. So now is the time, guys. Schedule your discovery calls today. The goal is to not get too far in the weeds. I guarantee you have 100 questions about GloveBox, about Certificate Hero. The good news is both of our teams are here to help. What are you going to expect when you implement this? Again, you're going to supercharge your commercial client experience. You're going to create a true competitor differentiator. You're going to free your team and clients from the pain of certificate management. And we all know it is painful, painful, painful. And lastly, you're going to future-proof your agency's revenue with the combination of GloveBox and Certificate Hero. So I know we're at time. Do you guys have anything else you want to mention, chat about?
No, I'm good. I look forward to talking with everybody who's got a problem that has a problem with certificates.
Awesome. Brad, how can they get in touch with Cert Hero to schedule
Yeah,
a time?
you can go to certhero.com. You can reach out to B. Slayton, at certificatehero.com and hit our website. Somebody will be reach out to you and contact you to answer your questions.
Awesome. And Nick, how can they get in touch with GloveBox?
They go to our website at www.glovebox.io and schedule a discovery call. See if it's the
There
best
you go.
fit for your agency.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for the time. It was long overdue and a pleasure.